Hello again, this is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, and we're going to talk about some of the basics of drip irrigation. Drip irrigation is a really good way to irrigate a landscape that is water efficient because you're not just spraying water all over everywhere, you're just delivering water via drip tubing to the specific plant areas. Over time you can expand it to include bigger and bigger root zones, but it's a good way to get it started because you're not throwing water onto sidewalks or the houses, and it really reduces the amount of runoff. So let's go through some of the basics. Drip irrigation starts with a manifold. You want to get a nice manifold that connects your valves to your water supply. The most important part of drip irrigation are the drip valves. Now, these are incredibly important because these valves are specifically designed for drip irrigation. They have pressure reducers and filters in them. Too many times I've seen people try to install spaghetti type drip tubing adapters onto an existing spray head, but they don't realize that those spray heads operate at a pressure that's far greater than what will work for drip irrigation. The second problem with drip irrigation adapter kits is they don't take into account the filter problem. You have to have a filter so sediment doesn't get in and clog the emitters down the line. So make sure you start with the good drip irrigation valves that have the pressure reducers and the emitters. Next, you're going to run the poly tubing from the valves out to the planting areas. Now, it's important that you group your planting areas by hydrozones. What I mean by that is you want to have all the similar water needs in one area, or at least in one area where you can run the one line to run that area. For this particular front yard, we had 4 valves. We used 2 for Mediterranean plants, 1 for the mature trees, and 1 for the succulents. And that way we are grouping the hydrozones together so that that one valve will supply a certain amount of water, whereas the next valve will supply a different amount of water for different water need plants. So again, make sure you group your plants and your lateral lines by hydrozones. Next, you're going to run your 1/4-inch spaghetti tubing from the lateral line out to the plant and have an emitter at the end of that 1/4-inch tubing. 1 emitter for small plants, 2 to 3 for the larger plants, and they make special emitter rings for mature trees. Now, what you see in this particular job that we did, we used Rainbird's 360-degree adjustable emitters. Now, what's great about these is they can put out water from 90 degrees to 270 degrees to 360 degrees. They're also adjustable in the amount of water that can be put out. They can be adjusted from 1 gallon per hour to 10 gallons per hour, which is usually how much water you put out for these kind of plants. Also keep in mind with your emitters that over time you're going to want to move those emitters farther out from the plant to adjust and account for a growing root zone area. All right, so you've set up your emitters all over the place. Now you're going to go back to your valves and run your wiring to your control clock. And the control clock really varies wildly, and here's where people also make some common mistakes. With control clocks, you want to make sure, again, you've grouped everything by a hydrozone. Now you want to program the clock to give out a certain amount of watering per hour, per day, or per week. There are so many different variables on this. It's best to consult a local irrigation guide. Both Rainbird and Hunter produce some on their web pages, which I did include in the description of this video. So make sure you look at the guide on how to program your clock. Well, that's the basics of drip irrigation. Again, look at those great Hunter and web pages to see more information and more tips on how to do drip irrigation. That's all the time we have for now. This is Doug, the 2-Minute Gardener, saying thanks so much for watching. Make sure to hit like and subscribe to get more of my garden videos, and we'll see you next time.